Hi, Daniel. I think you didn't arrive alone tonight. Am I right?
No, I didn't. I arrived with my girlfriend of 5 years. Her name's Alexandra Quint. She's a sweetheart.
And this is a big fan of the Bay.
Oh yeah, she's a big fan. Yep, she works with Gregor J often on other things. Yeah.
And what brought you here tonight? To support or?
In tonight's episode. Yeah. So yeah, an episode that they're screening for their nomination. Yeah.
Burbank Film Festival means to you? Why is it different than the other festivals?
I think it's kind of different to me because I've always really enjoyed the town Burbank. When I first visited California, the town I stayed in was Burbank, and I just kind of always had like a little fond spot for it in my heart. So being in a film festival here just kind of like means a little more.
So you said that first I visited California. Where are you from original?
I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska, and lived in New York for 6 years, and then now I live here.
And what trapped you here, really? I mean, I am from somewhere else.
Yeah, I love the outdoors. I love the weather. I love being around the ocean, and I went on a hike today. I love what it has to offer.
And the filmmaking, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
So, what is your? What could you highlight from your film experiences and during this year?
From this year, or just through? Probably. Working on the Bay has actually been pretty fun. A lot of my best friends are involved in the show, so just like filming with them and having scenes with them in character is pretty fun, and then off character we just get to joke around and hang out, and yeah, it's been kind of like doesn't feel like work.
That's great. How many days you shoot during a month or something?
So for the Bay we usually do like a 6-week shoot. So I would say, I mean, it just depends on like how much your character is involved, but yeah, about 6 weeks. Yeah.
And how did you get cast? Did you? Did they find you, or did you?
I mean, one of my really good friends, Eric, who's been nominated and actually won an Emmy for this show, introduced me to the entire fam of this all. Yeah.
So can you share something with us about the story? Where does it go in the next year?
Oh my gosh, it's getting pretty crazy. So there was a bit. I mean, I don't know where to even start. There's murders. There's people who you thought have died that reappear. There's law breaking. There's a lot that happens. Yeah.
Will you have some scene what's going to be very exciting or interesting?
You're just gonna have to wait and see.
Hi, Gregory. So.
Should I hold this?
Maybe you want to take it?
No,
Okay,
yes.
sure. Okay, fine. So we are here at the International Film Festival, and we are in Burbank. What does it mean for you, this nomination after all of these Emmys?
Oh, I mean, every recognition is a very special thing. You know, whether it's the Emmys or the Burbank Film Festival or any the Indie Series Awards or whatever. You know, we're really super grateful to be recognized, and it feels amazing. It always feels amazing.
And I guess it's not your first festival.
It's not our first. No, it's not. And yes, this is actually this is the second time. I think the second time at the Burbank Film Festival. We won a few years ago. I can't remember what the name of the award was, but we did win a few years ago here at the Burbank Film Festival.
And congratulations for the last year Emmys, because it was a lead basically. So what you think? What is the secret of the show? Why is it so successful, and why people love it so much?
I think it's just the hard work and dedication of our cast and crew. It takes an army. I've said it many times, and my team works really hard at what they do, and they're all into it. From behind, in front of the cameras to behind the cameras. I have a wonderful writing team. This last season, we had a great writing team, which I'm really grateful for. Kristos, who's our lead actor, he's amazing, and he plays twins on the show, and he really carries the show, and he does it with such grace. And everybody, Karuchi Tran, Mary Beth Evans, Jade Harlow, A. Martinez, Tristan Rogers, they're everybody. We have a really amazing team. The D'Ambrosios are partners, and Chiara D'Ambrosio won for best. She won best younger performer, and she was so gracious about her win. Mike Manning won for best supporting actor. we just have I'm just really fortunate to have a really solid team in front and behind the cameras.
And you said your team are working very hard, your crew and the actors and everybody. But I already interviewed some of them, and they said they are also having a lot of fun. It's not even like working. So can you share something about the atmosphere?
Well, I'm a very family-oriented person, and so for me, being having that family vibe is extremely important to me, and our team. And I think we look at each other as family. So.
Fantastic. And I see that you have some interesting T-shirt tonight. Could you show it for us? It's one.
A lot of people did that, which is why we're in a better situation.
Okay, so will you be here on the whole festival, or you just arrived for tonight, or you attend every day?
I don't know if we'll make it every day, but I will try to come out and support the other projects, and then definitely we'll be here on Sunday. So.
Are you looking for some connections to what you can make with the international filmmakers?
Always, I love to meet new filmmakers, and that's a great thing about doing awards shows and festivals. You get to meet some really great talented filmmakers, and that's always a definite benefit of coming out to these things. So.
And the last question is that what can we expect from this year of the show, the Bay? So,
well,
story we go.
We took the show to Puerto Rico. It's called the Bay Island of Enchantment, and then we'll see. I don't want to give too much away, but we have some more very exciting stuff coming up.
Okay, wait, you have to show it for us. Wait, just show me. Okay, so no one recall. Yes, I agree, but it's gonna be edited out because we couldn't share opinions. So, but I'm happy that you do. So you think that a film festival is also good for this thing, right? To encourage people to share their opinion.
Look, no matter where you are, I think it's important people speak their voice. Right now, of course, I say people just need to vote. I think voting is always going to be important. I'm always going to share my voice and point of view, but just in general, being engaged is always a good thing. And I think one of the great things about the Bay is it gets people involved in current political, social events, whether it's something that revolves around Black Lives Matter or revolves around storylines involving the LGBT community, where maybe not everybody is caught up on those social issues, but the great thing about the show is it gets to bring that to the audience, and they can make their own, of course, opinions about what is presented, but that's one of the beautiful things about the show.
Okay, so what happened with you in this summer since we didn't meet? Did you shoot? What did you do?
So I did for this latest season go out to Puerto Rico. I'm one of the producers for the Bay, and it was a great experience getting to see such great talent, incredible talent, showing their ability to flex muscles in really difficult heat and humidity, but still out there giving all of their go, right, in their acting performances, and I think everyone is going to just be absolutely blown away.
Have you been on the Burbank Film Festival, or is it your first time?
This is my first time at the Burbank Film Festival, but I've always been a great supporter of all that we do here locally, including the Burbank Film Festival. So grateful and thankful that this festival exists. There's such great talent all around the world, and to be able to bring folks here in Burbank for a festival, wonderful. So great.
Okay, so Kristos, what happened with you in this summer since we met?
A lot of work. Went to Puerto Rico. It was a bit ironic to be in paradise, but with a heavy workload, so not to be too tempted. Had to stay focused, and it was really nice though. It was a good workout for the psyche and the heart, just the material that you're about to see on the Bay. And then before that was a movie in Puerto Rico as well with one of my idols from childhood, Bruce Willis. We got to do some scenes one-on-one in a movie called Survive the Game. It's out on October 8th. that was a good time too. It was really special to work with Bruce. He was really a cool guy to work with and connect with as a person.
So you mentioned that you also shoot it in Puerto Rico. The climate is so different there, I guess. So is it a challenge for the actors and for the crew to?
Yeah, I mean, there's different protocols to everything there, and the infrastructure for everything differs just a bit. You kind of have to adapt. In the temperature, if you're doing a bunch of action all day, like I was doing, it was like got pretty hot. And wearing a suit in the heat and doing action, it was like had to change the suit a couple times. Too sweaty. It was just crazy, but I really did enjoy it at the same time. It was a really good time.
And last year in 2021, the Babe was a lead on the Emmys, and you also won a very nice prize. So how was it to accept it?
I'm very grateful for it. I attribute it to good co-stars, good teammates, good artists to be working with, and they give me a safe space for me to truly commit to the material, and that really means a lot to me.
And what does it mean for you to be here tonight on the Burbank International Film Festival?
Well, it means a lot to support independent artists that do it for the passion, the craft of it, not necessarily for a massive business model, massive profit. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, great art goes into that too. But we know for sure people are independently engaging with their heart on work that they love, and that's authentically the truth.
And we talked about it during the summer that you had an athlete past. So will you ever go back for that part of you? So will you ever? I know that you're an actor now, but will you continue to be an athlete too in the future? So.
That's a good question. I mean, I've kind of translated that feeling of athleticism into just working out. Like, I think my blood needs to keep flowing more than an average person to just feel normal, and I have to keep going. Maybe just to the gym, maybe just for a little bit. It helps to balance everything out, make sure the nutrients are traveling through the blood to every place it needs to go. And it just became something I got used to through my past and as an athlete. And now I just put it into the gym. I want to pick up surfing soon enough, which is similar to skating, except you're not falling on concrete, which is more fun, falling into the ocean. So I plan to learn how to do that. And then skateboarding, I do it time to time, like leisurely. And I love being active in general. Like I plan to get a little more active overall, like go travel, maybe once I learn how to surf. Let's say I do learn, I really hope I stick to this. Like there's so much to do all the time, it falls down the list of priorities a little far and I don't get around to it, but I imagine an ideal future where I'm just surfing different parts of the world, like that's gonna be nice. And then skating too, and maybe rock climbing, hiking, whatever, just getting out there in nature. I like to be connected with nature. It feels nice. It's like there's a sort of metaphysical value to it. You feel connected with God and the all around universe unity. You feel it's nice to make sure you don't go too long without connecting to nature, and it's only more fun to do active stuff within it.
You are playing a twin and a bass, so what does it mean for you? What is the biggest challenge to act two personalities?
It's really an awkward thing to switch characters like in the middle of the day. It's a completely different mindsets, like Adam, the character of Adam, it's interesting because it's not like it's fun, but it still feels like you're absorbing some sort of not so tasty nutrients that you learn how to digest better, and then you can navigate through life even better because you know how to digest certain things and understand even further about certain people's characters, oddities or whatever. That's kind of what Adam has helped me to build my compassion on a level that I didn't even imagine. Like he, just connecting with what he's gone through in life and where he's arrived at a place of comfort and actually enjoying the fact that he's so cynical and sees the worst in people, but he found a place of comfort in that. was interesting because it was his only way to survive, really, but it kind of created this monster within him that grew too much. And I like to go into a character thinking there's always the hope for redemption. Not that the story would be necessarily written that way, but I know there's room for redemption for him. Though he's mean, he's not nice. That was something really different than playing Pete, he's just pure, authentic, raw, almost doesn't think things through almost. He's so not calculated versus Adam being so calculated. Pete is more just leads with his heart, follows his nose, which his heart is in front of, and just does what he knows is right. And however he can try to do it, even if it doesn't make much sense, and he could be deemed idiotic for doing something crazy, but he's following his heart and what he knows is right. So to go into that, what's nice is I was able to finish off the shoot with Pete with that more leading with the heart feeling, which I prefer, obviously, like anyone, but it was nice to play both because it gave me a healthy full circle on everything and understanding better about everyone, I suppose.
So Pete is closer to your real character, I mean, who you are?
Yeah, Pete was like second nature. Adam was, it was a discipline. It was a discipline. It was like a thick discipline to not mess up on. And he has an accent, completely British accent. He's it's just a whole thing to connect to and to make sure it stays locked into. That was something. Pete was like nothing afterwards. It was it's like second back of my hand.
So last question: how can you imagine your future without the Bay? So how can you see your future without the Bay?
My future with the Bay? Well, I mean, the Bay is it's like the home I grew up with. It's my first role, and it's still going, and it's my longest role. Now two. It's my first project, longest project, and it's like my family, my home. I'm loyal to it. I mean, it's gonna.
Do you feel that you need some more challenge?
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like I enjoy growing. I enjoy new challenges that help me to expand. And that's kind of been going on as well, like doing other films. It's nice. Lifetime movie just did this year, a Christmas movie as well, and now the action movie, Bruce Willis, coming out October 8th. But yeah, there's other work just naturally coming in. I'm grateful that these were offers because it's just a massive compliment to be welcomed to another project based on the work they've seen me do already.
Do you have some preference, that type of project, what you would want to attend in?
I'm kind of just going with the flow. I mean, I know I like doing some action with Bruce was a lot of fun. I look forward to more action. Then on the Bay, the last season in Puerto Rico, we got some action. Even, I don't know, I can't even say what it is. But you'll see. But you see some interesting, crazy action. Like, I'm going head to head with myself, essentially. So it's like, how is this going to work? But it worked, apparently. I'm hearing it's looking good in post, so that's exciting. Look forward to everyone seeing.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And me too, personally. Thank you so much.